Hello and welcome to me talking about my work for this semester journal vlog. What a lovely term we've had. It's been explosive, it's been radioactive, but I want to get down to the dirty, I want to get to the crit of my work. I want to be critting what I've done this term, talking about was it good, were they good movies or were they bad movies? I'm going to start with the Heroes project. That's the first project I did. The actual summer project part of that, I made like a book about naked men, like muscly naked dudes. Get to the actual project and it said we have to do our hero, so I picked this idea that I was going to be my own hero and sort of role play as this twat, director, actor, coke-fueled egomaniac, do something about that. At first we were going to make an audio interview, me and Annie were going to write it, because it'd be so much easier to do. Started out being in this room, role-playing as the characters that we were going to be. So she was going to be the interviewer, I was going to be the character that I made, which was called Lance Heshgrave. Literally just sat in my room for like 4 hours, coming up with lines and then trying to stitch that into a piece. The issue started basically when we were sort of jamming jokes in because we'd made jokes without actually thinking about the structure or narrative or cohesiveness of the actual project. Then we started coming up with these visual jokes, so we decided at the end to make it a video. We get to the day we're going to film this video. Annie loses her voice. We try and do it and the footage says, you know, it's not good, it was bad. And then I left it on the back burner for like 2 months thinking about how to make it better. Didn't actually change it much, and then we filmed it literally like a week ago with Ella as Annie. I'm not the best actor. That became an issue. It was a bit brash the way we did it. And then I've edited it, but it's not great. It's not very well acted, it's not very well structured, and comedically the jokes and the kind of humour of it isn't at all subtle, I don't think. I'll bring the video up and I'll pick out some bits that I want to change. Here's an example of me sort of trying to flirt with Ella.
Thanks a lot for having me, Sugar Hips, you look great.
You're very kind. It's great to meet you. I'm actually a really big fan.
Really? No, you remind me a lot of Linda Barley. No, she was a great shag too.
To give context, here's a clip from Alan Partridge where he's flirting with a woman, but it's very like awkward, cringing, subtle. It's like a beauty competition for Norwich.
I've always wanted to meet you.
You're lovely. What's your ambition?
Well, I'd like to work in television.
Really? Yes. Great. Well, we should have a chat. After the show. Well, we have a unanimous decision. The winner of this year's Miss Norwich beauty pageant is contestant number 3, Lisa Thornton. Aha! Lisa, are you pleased?
Oh, yes. I didn't think I'd win.
Why not, for heaven's sake?
Well, I thought number 2 would win.
Well, you shouldn't think that. Well, I think this could be the start of a glittering career in television.
But it's very subtle, like even the way he puts his hand around her waist. Let's look at mine. I'm going straight in with about 30 seconds in, it's straight in with the shag word, and it's just a bit too much. My face is doing weird things when I'm talking to her. It's being pulled in weird directions, like I've got little invisible strings attached to my jowls. This eyebrow won't stop going up, and it's just worse. Here's another example. This is an interview between Tarantino and Krishnan Guru Murthy.
Why do you like making violent movies?
I don't know. It's like asking Judd Apatow, why do you like making comedies?
You just get a kick out of it, or you just enjoy it?
Well, I think, you know, I think I think it's good cinema. The violence in the day put upon the slaves
The rape and the
during the
whipping
time. I don't think there's any rape going on in the movie. All right.
But why are you so sure that there's no link between enjoying movie violence and enjoying real violence?
I'm going to tell you why I'm so sure. Do not ask me a question like that. I'm not biting. I refuse your question.
Why?
Because I refuse your question. I'm not your slave and you're not my master.
You know, it's interesting that you have a different view, and I'm just trying to explore that.
And I don't want to.
Well,
Because I'm here to sell my movie. This is a commercial for the movie. Make no mistake.
No, but you haven't fleshed it out. That's the only reason.
It's not my job to flesh it out.
No, it's my job to try and ask you to.
And
That's
I'm
all,
shutting
you know?
your butt down.
And that's entirely your. That's entirely
This
your.
is a
your
commercial
right.
from my movie.
The body language of Tarantino, the kind of smiling, weird face he pulls every time he says something smug. The way it progresses as well is interesting, to the point of the climax where he says, "I'm shutting your butt down," even though it's quite small. Because of the context around it and the build-up and everything, it's really interesting to watch. I need to figure out how to make my video more like those two examples. And it seems like one of the big things to do is research more, trying to tone it down a lot. I think this is all interesting as well because this is fundamentally an illustration degree, and I've spent the last 10 minutes or whatever talking about like the structure of a comedy. Let's put that thought aside. Let's go to the next project, which was the unconscious narrative project. For this one, I'd just seen the documentary about the thief and the cobbler. I was really inspired by the aesthetic of those checkerboard patterns, the long tracking motion across like a big painting. They just get the camera to move across it to simulate a camera tracking someone. I started looking into it, and there's this other film called The Last Bell, which does a similar thing with the checkerboards, and the aesthetic of that really interested me. Because all the visuals I was imagining were sort of computer-y, I decided that I'd make most of this animation on the computer, on Premiere. I hadn't really tried that stuff before. So spent the first week just experimenting with weird effects on Premiere, and also kind of getting into the sort of technical engineering behind making these long shots. I'll walk you through some of the VFX. I thought that might be interesting. The figure of the king in the pyramid. I was literally just fucking about with weird effects. It's footage of me in a studio walking around. I had to motion track the crown, which was just literally like tracking my face as it moved. For the clip of the person pressing the special screen, I basically made the screen out of two shapes on Photoshop, found this clip online of like spaceships going around, and then for the person's hand coming down, I clipped out part of the original video from the previous clip, which is just me doing that, flipped it around so it went like that. It looks like someone pressing a button. I thought that project went pretty well. I was planning on making more footage of stuff like that. I played around with more Premiere things, but never got round to getting anything sorted because other projects came in. But I want to do some more animation stuff. For the making the invisible visible, I had two ideas. One of them was like dark ambient stories that played in your ear while you walked around Brighton, and the other one was a murder mystery where you would walk around Brighton to find clues to a murder using Erasmus or QR codes. I wanted it to sort of look like a shitty 90s TV show, mainly inspired by two parts of some games I used to play. One of them was Max Payne 2. There's lots of like narrative stuff in the backgrounds, and one of them is this TV show called Address Unknown. It's really good because even it's literally done with just a face like, and one going and it just cuts in between them, and there's just audio over the top.
2 days and 2 nights of the 90s cult series, Address Unknown, a real descent to madness.
Shitty, surreal, ghostly. The other game was Realms of the Haunting, which is this 90s adventure game where you're like looking around an old mansion. There's all these FMVs in the game, which are really low quality, and it's all green screen. I initially got this idea because Erasma had like a really small video limit, had like a 10 megabyte video maximum file size, which is tiny, and I thought, okay, let's use that, let's make really shit 100 pixels by 200 pixels videos with really like low colour count. I really like that aesthetic. I tried to mirror that with a green screen in my room, and then there's like a mosaic filter on Premiere to make it pixelate, and then you can sharpen that so it's really 90s video gamey aesthetic. He basically wrote the story in about 20 minutes about a man being pushed off Brighton Pier, and there's all this stuff behind his death, like he started seeing his dead ex-wife as a ghost and started sleeping with his ghost ex-wife. It's just dumb, and then to mix it up I dubbed different voices on top of each other, so it's kind of like Garth Marenghi, stitched it together into a sort of introductory video to sort of get you interested in trying it out. Didn't actually end up making the entire story kind of web. My friend Alfie said I should make it into a sort of video where I'm like a geek telling people about like a weird 90s game, do like a walkthrough of the game, and I could still make that. So yeah, that's the 3 projects done. For the performance project, I was on the writing team, so I can hand in the script for that if you want. I made a poster actually for this Shred Knee shop thing, just to sort of prove that I'm still an illustrator to some degree. So that's good. In my spare time, I've been trying to make an ASMR channel. Other work I want to be doing next time, I decided to make a behind the scenes video to a video that doesn't actually exist. I want to make this video about a conspiracy theorist about the JFK assassination. And I've got this ongoing project where I'm trying to redo the subtitles to this Danish hospital thriller called Kingdom. It's been alright, it's been a right turn, got some stuff done. I want to fine tune what I'm trying to do with my videos, see if I can do anything but videos, write more, write better. That's about it, love you, bye.